Somewhere in the Bible, I don't know where, but they talk about locusts taking over eventually, and thereby eradicating all crops that we might be able to eat for our own sustenance, and that being one of the plagues. I think it's something misspoken. I think that they actually meant the marmorated stink bug, okay? Because those little bastards are everywhere. And I got to thinking a few years ago, I was like, the hell these things come from? I've been here all my life. I've never seen these things before. So I did some research, as I tend to do when I don't know something. And because that's what research does for you. And I looked it up, and it came from Pennsylvania. Apparently that was the first place they were ever found, these little bastages. And it comes over in a container ship or machinery or some crap from Japan or China. We don't know which, but the Orient, no less. And it ends up in Allentown, Pennsylvania, because we're living there. And they're closing all the factories down. I don't know any Billy Joel. So yeah, Allentown, which little known fact about that song is I don't think Allentown's even a steel town. He just named it that because it sounded like it worked. Had enough syllables in it or whatever the crap. Anyway, back to stink bugs. So these little bastages, in the words of Roman Moroni, these cork-sucking bastages, it means fargan war is what it means. And they get over there and they're all around, and this is 1998, so 25 years ago, more or less, and they start going south. And the weird thing about these little creatures is they can live anywhere because they don't need hot, cold, whatever. They pretty much thrive in any thing they're given. And America is just ripe for the picking, okay? They got all the fruit and droops and food that they can eat because they eat like tomatoes and pears and love apples and plums and all these cherries and they got a pretty cool diet. Corn. And the crazy thing about corn is they get into the husks, they hide, and then they eat all the corn from the inside, and you don't know it's even, gone until you've harvested it and pulled out the husks and all that. And then you realize, just little rotten bastards. All right. So the first time I see these things, I'm just like, what are all these brown, like, bugs that look like a shield out of Game of Thrones, stuck to my door and my curtains and all? And what is this? And then you remember how the Pink Panther would be the cartoon, not Jacques Cousteau, is your dog bite? I'm sitting there. You remember the Pink Panther has this cartoon. He's always fighting bugs like fleas and termites and stuff. And you're sitting there one night, and you hear, bzzz, and you got that one eye open. You're like, what in the hell was that? What am I gonna have to kill tonight? And you don't really know what it is. And for the longest time, I didn't know it was the Game of Thrones bug. I didn't know that's what they did because, you never see them fly, and you see them kind of walking with their little 6 stupid brown legs walking up a wall. And you're like, how do these bastards get in here? Because this is hermetically sealed property. There's no holes, there's no gaps. But somehow they did. And so, finally you start harvesting them because you realize, oh, this is the stink bugs that they keep talking about. Now, amazingly, I've found them dead and I've found them alive. And I keep a water bottle to put them in when it's right for the season. And I let them all hang out in a little water bottle. And all they get is just a little drop of water that's left in there from where I drank the water bottle. And that's where they die. That's where they go to burn in hell. All right, that's where they go. And they can do it all together for what I care. But that's where we're at with that. And what was I saying? Oh, so they migrate down south, and they're just great at existing here, right? They stick their little long tube nose into the fruit. They suck out the fruit, and they're ruining everything, all right? They're ruining all the agricultural stuff. And apparently in like Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, Virginia and West Virginia, it's like a really call to arms kind of problem for agricultural people in that industry, because they're just eradicating everything out there, because the babies that a female can produce in its lifetime are like 400, and I don't think they live but like 9 months or something. Can you imagine having 400 babies in 9 months? And you'd be like, I don't even know what to name these little bastards, much less what they look like. Like, that just me. It must be crazy to keep all that stuff straight. But at any rate, I'm thinking that this is probably what they meant by locust. Because I've never seen a locust in my life, and I've lived in Carolina del Norte all my life. So yeah. So they're also oblivious to most pesticides and herbicides. So you know the bastards at Monsanto are kicking themselves for not being able to have something else they can rape across the landscape with their monopoly. But because they go below the surface of the fruit or the product that they're trying to, put the herbicide or whatever it's called on, a pesticide, I guess, on the food, that goes below it so it doesn't do it. And even if you do happen to kill the population, they're migratory. They don't give a crap where they live, whether they're in, West Texas or East Florida. Is there East Florida? It's really a narrow state. It's hard to think of it like that. It's more north, south. But you eradicate everything that's there. You kill all the stink bugs. You're just going to have some more flying from Allentown. I can't remember that chord. And Bethlehem does something else. Billy Joel's kind of a douche, man. I watched a documentary one time on session players, and he just fires like his long-term drummer for like no apparent reason, and doesn't give the guy any notice or anything. Just kicks him off the tour bus and says, "You're done, bud." But anyway, this isn't about Billy Joel. It's about Allentown and where all this started. So, again, I think that's all I really had to say about that. That's all I had to say about that. So, stink bugs, the modern day locust bastards.